Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at the Jumper T15. So I've recently got back into FPV flying again, and I wanted a new radio, which I'll discuss later. But I decided I wanted a new radio, so I've got this one. I've also got another one. So today I want to review this one. Then in a couple of days I'll have the review up of the other one I'm going to review. This, as I say, is a Radiomaster T15. And it comes in various colours. This is obviously green. You can get yellow, magenta, blue, black, white, and there's a very nice grey colour, and I believe there's another colour. And they're all kind of these pastel colours. I just fancied it in green for something totally different, something that I wouldn't normally pick. It also comes with a case. You get this case with it, and in the case you get some other little bits. You get a switch, which I'll discuss with you in a minute, and you get a charging cable obviously, and another switch, which I'll discuss. We'll discuss the switches in a minute. So as you can see on this radio, it runs on 18650s or a 2S LiPo. It's very similar to what they've always been. It's got a full-size module bay here if you want to run something else in it. This version is running the this one's running ELRS, and it's running ELRS 2.4 and also 900 megahertz, but it's not the Gemini version. I think it's called Gemini, isn't it? The one that does both at the same. You can actually use both channels at the same time. This one you choose one or the other. So you can. I just run on 2.4, so that made no difference to me whatsoever. And then it's got these rubber grips on the back, which are quite nice to hold. It's not that big a radio compared to a full-size radio, but it's not as small as some of the others I've seen. It's about the same as a Boxer, I think. I'm guessing there a little bit, because I used to have a Boxer, but I'm sure it's the same as a Boxer. You've got all these switches down here, your normal switches, which is your return, page up, paid forward, paid backwards, telemetry button, your scroll wheel, your system button, and your model button here. The difference with this one, it is fully touch screen. So if you want to do, you can use it this way and use the touch screen to go in and out of stuff. So this is on your full screen. If you go into system, I can then select my model settings this way. This is running the latest version of EdgeTX, and as you can see, the touchscreen is a nice function. The touchscreen, alright, it's not the most accurate in the world, but it's not bad. You can get by with it. You can also change these backgrounds there's quite a lot of backgrounds come with it. So if you want to make it look very much different than the original, you can do that. I think there's about 30 different ones with it. And then, as you can see, it's got these special function buttons above here. So you got, which is what they've always had on the bigger radios. So you got these buttons here. When you're flying a quad, most of these functions are completely useless to you because you don't use them. The touch screen, the big touch screen, once I've set my model up, I'm not going to use this screen at all. And to be fair, because I set virtually all my models up exactly the same on the radio, so I only have one thing now tuned in because everything's on a passphrase. I just have everything set up, one model, and I just change quads because everything's set up differently in Betaflight. So if you want something different, it's very much done in Betaflight. It might have an extra switch it might use on Betaflight, but all my switches can be programmed anyway if I want to do that. The reason you get these switches, it comes with obviously a 3 position, a 3 position, a 3 position, and a 3 position on there. All these 3 position switches. You've got your 2 pots here, which do have a detent, and it's quite a nice detent as well. You can actually feel when you've selected it. And then on the top it has a momentary switch, which I use for my brother when I hold it in if I want to do. And here is an arm switch, which is a 2 position. Now out of the box, it doesn't come with that. It comes with a 2 position, with a single position push switch, which is what's in this bag here. So it comes with that. I have taken mine out, as you can see, and fitted one of these switches. 2 switches come with it, so you can convert both these switches to actual switches if you like. You're going to take the back off and strip it. I have no idea why you'd put a push position 2 switch in there, because if you're using it for arming, which is what I always am on the left, you can catch a switch so easily. It's untrue. It was so light and so easy to catch, I had to get rid of it. So hence why I'm now running with this on here. Ergonomics of the radio are decent. It's not too light. It's got a little bit of heft about it, but not a huge amount. As I say, the screen's nice and easy to read. Your trims are nice and easy. This is what you'd use if you were just flying anything. So this could be what you'd buy if you were flying planes, quads, helicopters. It's definitely a multi-use, if you know what I mean. You can, because everything's dead easy to get to, I consider this more to be a kind of a multi-use radio. As I said, there's far too much on here for quads, but that's what radios have been like for a long time now. But it's a really nice looking piece of kit. So there is some negatives, and the negatives start inside. So it's funny because Radiomaster always were a bit better inside than jumper. As you probably know if you've watched my channel for any time, not that I've made a video, but I haven't made a video for years, but when I used to make the videos all the time and it was all based on quads, you'll know I had a lot of jumpers, a jumper tackle as well as Radiomaster, and the jumper stuff was always never as well made inside. This is where it stops, because I don't think this is particularly well made inside. The wires that routed particularly nicely when you want to get to your switches. Switches just sort of like, they don't feel the best, they just feel quite average cheap switches, to be honest, but it does the job. But it's paying, you're getting it on the price point. This is $135.99 I paid for this from One Man Tech, so you're getting what you're paying for. You're not getting anything less, you're not getting anything more. It's a nice radio, but it's not the best radio you can get, but for the money it probably is the best. I would prefer to buy a TX15 if I could get an older one, or I don't know. I think I preferred the Boxer radio a little bit than this to this. Difficult to tell. I haven't flown much with this. I have flown a couple of packs, no, 4 packs, 6 packs, something like that with this radio, and then I've flown a similar amount with the other radio I've got, because I said I've only just got back into it. And before that, when I first got back into it, I was flying with my Jumper T18, which has an ELRS pack on the back of it, and it's difficult to comment on the two radios because they don't feel as good in my opinion as the T18, but they're much smaller radio. So I forgot to mention, on the top of it you've got a headphone socket, you've also got your USB socket, which is used for data and also for updating your whatever you want, ELRS, whatever, but also it's a charge socket. So you do charge your battery through this port. Battery charging is not the fastest in the world, but it's not the slowest either. It comes with this, which has now become typical type of cheap strap on the back. I don't know if I like them or not. I don't use it anyway, so, but it's a bit in your way kind of thing. Made of cloth. So for 136 quid, it's very, it's a good radio, but I don't, maybe I've been spoiled with other radios I've had in the past, and as I say, it's a decent price point. The price point's good on the radio. I like the fact it's got a touchscreen. I like the fact it's got a big touchscreen. But once I've set my radio up, I've set my radio up. So, sorry for waffling on a little bit. So that is my quick review of the Radiomaster T15S. They also do a jumper version, which is very, very similar. I must admit, this looks better than the jumper version, but I haven't got a jumper version. One thing I will say, these sticks here, what you doing, Radiomaster? Do you think everybody just wants to fly with the sticks at the same length? So these are one-piece sticks, and that's fine, but there's no Allen key head threaded bar inside here that you normally lock it in place with. So normally you screw this out and then screw in with 1.5mm Allen key to where you wanted it to stay. There is none of that here. So these ends have to be, unless you want them loose, fully down. Like that. It's one of the things I didn't like. Because I'm a pincher and I fly like this, I get a little bit, it's a little bit difficult for me to grab hold of the stick for him being that short. Anyway, that's it. Thanks ever so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Bye bye.